There's four of you.
Yeah. Yes, all 5 people know me now.
What if a kid from nowhere turned a $663,000 gamble into a $20 million empire, only to risk losing it all in a single heart-stopping season? Parker Schnabel's life is a high-stakes thriller where gold isn't the only thing at stake. Secrets, rivalries, and a heartbreak he can't shake are about to unravel. At 28, he's facing a $2.5 million debt, a crew on the brink, and a legacy teetering on the edge of collapse. But here's the kicker. Behind the luxury cars and private jet dreams lies a twist no one saw coming. A hidden move that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about TV's richest young miner. Will he strike it big or crash in spectacular fashion? You won't believe what's buried beneath the dirt. Stick around, because this story's just getting started. Let's rewind to Haines, Alaska, a speck on the map with 1,700 souls, where Parker's story kicks off. At 5 years old, while most kids were crashing toy cars, he was mastering real ones, loaders and dozers, at his grandfather's Big Nugget mine. John Schnabel wasn't just family. He was a mining titan who taught Parker that success comes from doing, not dreaming. Growing up in a place where winter drags on and summer's a blink, Parker learned to fix what breaks and push through the tough stuff. While his peers were glued to video games, he was out there moving dirt, managing crews, and figuring out what makes gold tick. But Parker's story isn't just about digging treasure. It's about unearthing resilience when the odds are stacked against you. Fast forward to 16, and life threw Parker a curveball. His grandfather's health faded, and when John passed away in 2016 at 96, the Big Nugget mine landed squarely on Parker's shoulders. It was a gut punch, losing his mentor and inheriting a legacy all at once. Most teens would have crumbled, but Parker doubled down. He skipped college, took his $663,000 college fund, and bet it all on mining gear. Crazy? Maybe. Brilliant? Absolutely. That move wasn't a roll of the dice. It was a calculated leap that turned into millions, proving he's got a head for business sharper than a pickaxe. Then came Gold Rush, the Discovery Channel hit that launched Parker into the spotlight. At 16, he walked onto set, a quiet kid with zero camera polish. But producers saw gold in him, literally. He started at $25,000 per episode, a hefty sum for a newbie, and as the show exploded, so did his paycheck, climbing to $100,000 a pop. Yet, behind the fame and fortune, there's a Parker few get to see. He didn't blow his cash on bling or mansions. Instead, he poured it into adventures, hunting trips and travel with his crew, living by his own rule. Memories beat stuff every time. That Klondike haul, though? Over $1.7 million in gold in one season. It wasn't luck. It was strategy, grit, and a team he led like a seasoned pro. Now let's talk luxury, because Parker's life off camera is a wild ride from Alaska's rough edges to Vegas glamour. His garage boasts a Range Rover and a Tesla Model S, rides that scream power and cost more than most folks' homes. On his wrist? Think Rolex and Patek Philippe, timepieces that whisper wealth with every tick. Real estate? He's got the $15 million Big Nugget mine, a sleek pad in Haines, and a Caribbean getaway for when the cold gets old. No private jet in his hangar yet, but he charters them like it's nothing, zipping off with his crew for Vegas escapes to celebrate their wins. From rugged mines to neon lights, Parker's world is a clash of grit and glitz that keeps you guessing. But Parker's not just a miner. He's a mastermind with an eye on the future. His investments stretch beyond gold. Think stakes in a mining equipment outfit and a tech startup shaking things up. He's teamed up with fellow miners and innovators, cooking up a gold extraction method that's smarter and greener. Insurance? He's locked down policies for his health, his gear, and his career. Because a guy this driven knows protection is power. His wealth-building game is all about reinvesting, pumping profits back into his operations, chasing growth over quick thrills. It's a playbook that's turned a small-town kid into a big-time player. So, what can we take from this mining prodigy? 3 big lessons jump out. First, relentless effort trumps shortcuts. Parker's millions came from years of sweat, not overnight wins. Second, smart risks can rewrite your future. Dumping his college fund into equipment was bold, but it paid off huge. Back in the Klondike, Parker was already a force, pulling over $1.7 million in gold at an age when most are still figuring out their first paycheck. That haul wasn't a fluke. It was a signal he'd mastered the game early. Fast forward to 2025, and Dominion Creek's testing every ounce of that skill. The deal? Mine 10,000 ounces a season for 6 years just to break even. But the ground fought back, frozen solid, machines groaning, and only 135 ounces in the first month. Most would have waved the white flag, but Parker? He retooled, dropped $540,000 on water pumps that churned 76 gallons a minute, and kept swinging. That's not luck. That's a guy who thrives when the heat's on. Then, in February 2025, with Dominion still lagging, Parker dropped a bombshell. He scooped up Gold Run and Sulphur Creek for $2.5 million, claims with over a century of gold history, still ripe for the taking. 2 days in, his crew yanked 141.65 ounces from Sulphur Creek, a lifeline when morale was sinking. Moving wash plants 25 miles across brutal terrain split his team. Some called it genius, others a debt trap. Parker shrugged it off. I've embraced the debt. Now it's about what's next. That boldness turned season 15 of Gold Rush into a nail-biter, proving he's not here to play it safe. He's here to rewrite the rules. Let's peel back the curtain on Parker's Lux life, because this miner's got a taste for the high life that rivals his hunger for gold. His net worth? From $1 million at 18, it's ballooned to $20 million today, with projections hitting $30 million by 2030 if Dominion pays off. His real estate empire's no joke. Beyond the $15 million Big Nugget mine, he's got a $2 million Haynes retreat, a $3.5 million Dominican Republic villa, and a $1.8 million Yukon cabin. Cars? Add a Porsche 911 Turbo S to his Tesla and Range Rover, each a sleek nod to his success. His wrist flashes a $50,000 Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a step up from his Rolex days. Private jets? He's still chartering, but whispers say he's eyeing a Gulfstream G650. From Alaska's dirt to tropical escapes, Parker's living a dream most only stream. Rewind to 18, when Parker broke free from Big Nugget and struck a deal with Tony Beats, the Klondike kingpin. He leased land with his college fund, but Tony's terms were a slow squeeze. 15% royalties on the first 1,500 ounces, jumping 5% every tier after. By 6,000 ounces, Parker was forking over 25%, nearly $2 million on 8,000 ounces. I'd go broke, he admitted in Season 9, outsmarting Tony by swapping wash plants to reset the count. Then came March 2017. Tony caught Parker sneaking dirt through his claim, sparking a showdown that lit up the cameras. Parker stood his ground, and that clash birthed a rivalry that still got fans buzzing. Parker's not just digging gold, he's stacking wealth with a miner's precision. His business moves? A $1 million stake in a water pump company, a $500,000 slice of a renewable energy startup, and a collaboration with Tony's crew on a new extraction tech. Insurance keeps him covered. Health plans since 18, asset protection for his mines, and a career policy for gold rush downtime. His growth's no mystery. Reinvest profits, dodge flashy traps, and bet on the long game. At 24, he'd mined $13 million. Now he's pushing for a $200 million jackpot. That's not a fluke, it's a blueprint. What's the takeaway from Parker's wild ride? Risk isn't reckless when it's calculated. Dominion's a gamble, but he's got the chops to cash it. Relationships matter. His Tony feud taught him to negotiate smarter. And resilience is king. When machines broke and gold stalled, he pivoted, not panicked. Picture this. Early 2025. Dominion Creek's a beast that won't budge, and Parker's $2.5 million in the hole just 9 weeks into the season. Tony beats. The grizzled Klondike king isn't helping, mocking Parker's 3-wash plant hustle on January 28th, saying he's bitten off too much. Publicly, Tony's all jabs, but behind closed doors? He's told his son, Kevin, that Parker's gold recovery rates are a masterclass. That's right, Tony's playing both sides, a mentor-turned-rival who can't deny the kid's got game. Back in Season 4, Tony handed Parker a lifeline with the Indian River claim. But it was the scraps he didn't want. A sly move that showed respect and strategy in one breath. Their showdown in 2017, when Tony caught Parker sneaking dirt, turned their tension into gold rush gold. And by 2025, it's a rivalry that's as much about pride as profit. Then there's Todd Hoffman, the old-school miner who thought he'd outsmarted Parker with a $46,000 wash plant deal. Big mistake. Parker turned that junk into a gold-churning machine, leaving Todd eating dust as his own operation faltered. Todd didn't take it lying down. He called Parker, out for sidelining veteran crew members, framing him as a cocky upstart. Fans picked sides. Some cheered Parker's results-driven hustle. Others clung to Todd's loyalty to the elders' vibe. The rift wasn't just talk. Crew brawls broke out, real and raw, with yelling matches and sabotage claims that had producers scrambling. By 2018, Todd bailed on Gold Rush, worn down by low profits and a toxic vibe he blamed on Parker's shadow. His comeback with Hoffman Family Gold can't erase the sting. Parker's record hauls made Todd's exit a defining moment in their clash of eras. Off the mines, Parker's personal life's a roller coaster that'll tug at your heart. In 2016, he met Ashley Yule in Australia, a vet nurse with a spark that lit up his gritty world. She joined him in the Klondike, working the gold room and shining through 2 seasons. Parker raved about her in 2017, but by Season 8's end, after a $10 million haul, he dropped a bombshell. Their breakup was his biggest letdown. "I didn't make her a priority," he confessed, voice heavy with regret. Ashley vanished from his orbit, scrubbing him from her social media and slipping back to Australia, leaving fans aching for her side. Months later, in August 2018, Parker posted a cozy snap with Sheena Cowell, a British TV pro tied to reality production. The timing, post-Ashley, set tongues wagging. But Sheena's existing relationship cooled the buzz by 2019. Then, in 2020, Tyler Mahoney strutted into Parker's trail, and their chemistry had viewers hooked, though Parker's keeping that card close to his chest. Let's talk money and swagger, because Parker's luxury game is as fierce as his mining hustle. His Haines retreat and Yukon cabin are cozy escapes. but his $3.5 million Dominican villa screams tropical king. He's traded up his rides, swapping the Range Rover for a $200,000 Mercedes G-Wagon, keeping the Tesla and Porsche purring in the garage. His Audemars Piguets joined by a $30,000 Omega Seamaster, ticking alongside his work-hard ethos. No jet yet, but those chartered flights to Vegas with his crew? Pure baller moves. From a teen with $1 million to a $20 million net worth today, Parker's on track for $30 million by 2030 if his claims deliver. That's not just growth. That's a dynasty in the making. What's the real juice here? Parker's journey screams lessons louder than a wash plant roar. Debt's a dare he's turned into a dance, $2.5 million down, and he's still swinging. Rivalries with Tony and Todd? They've sharpened his edge, not dulled it. And that Ashley heartbreak? It's a raw reminder that even gold can't buy balance. Season 15 of Gold Rush kicked off with a gut punch. Dominion Creek's equipment crashed on June 12th, wiping out $2.3 million in potential gold. Days later, a 17-day permit snag tacked on another $1.5 million in losses, draining Parker's cash to a measly $78,000 by August. He was teetering on the edge, forced to pawn his grandfather's 1957 Chevy Bel Air for $115,000 just to keep payroll alive. That car wasn't just metal. It was a piece of John Schnabel's legacy, and letting it go cut deep. But Parker's crew, 3 stalwarts, including Mitch Blaschke, stuck it out unpaid for 2 weeks. Then, on September 7th, they hit a 1,872-ounce streak, $3.5 million in 1 week. That wasn't just a save. It was a resurrection that proved Parker's gamble could still strike gold. Rewind to 2018, and Parker's Trail shoot in Papua New Guinea turned into a war zone. Cameraman James Lavelle pushed to film a risky river crossing, and Parker lost it. 3 hours of yelling that echoed 100 meters out. He nearly walked off the project, forcing Discovery to yank Lavelle on July 15th, with only 60% of the footage done. The chaos cost $380,000, and Lavelle's September lawsuit against Raw TV settled quietly by 2019. They haven't spoken since, but that clash showed Parker's not afraid to draw a line, even if it shakes the whole operation. Fast forward to March 17, 2019, and a $60 speeding ticket on the Haines Highway, 64 miles per hour in a 55 zone, blew up online. TMZ ran with it. Fans joked he could pay it with gold dust. But the buzz turned sharp. Some questioned if this reckless move hinted at bigger cracks. Romance rumors swirled too, starting with Tyler Mahoney in 2020 on Parker's Trail. Their shared mining roots and easy vibe had Reddit buzzing for 9 episodes. Fans dissected every glance, every laugh. No kiss, no confirmation, just pure chemistry that kept viewers hooked. Parker later snagged an Australian claim, fueling speculation Tyler's still in the mix, but as of 2024, they're tight-lipped. Contrast that with Ashley Yule's exit. Her silent retreat after their 2018 split left Parker raw, calling it his biggest misstep. Then there's Sheena Cowell's brief 2018 cameo. Cute photo, quick fade. Parker's love life's a puzzle, and every piece keeps us guessing. Let's talk wealth, because Parker's luxury game is a stunner. His net worths soared from $1 million at 18 to $20 million now, with $24 million hauled in season 14 alone. At $100,000 per episode, he's banking $2 million a season. Experts peg him at $30 million by 2030 if his claims hold. Real estate? His Klondike land's a gold mine itself, plus a $950,000 Haynes home, 2,000 square feet, 3 beds, a $2 million Yukon spread, and that $3.5 million Dominican villa. Cars scream rugged luxe, a custom Ford Raptor, Mercedes G-Wagon, Jeep Wrangler, Chevy Silverado, and ATVs galore. His Omega Seamaster and Audemars Piguet flash quiet wealth, and while he charters jets, he's mulling a Gulfstream buy. Investments? A $2 million mining tech stake, $500,000 in renewables, and a water pump collaboration. Insurance, health since 18, asset coverage, and career backups keeps him locked in. He reinvests big, skipping flashy toys for crew trips to Vegas and London. What's the gold nugget here? Parker's life dishes out lessons sharper than a miner's pick. Resilience rules. Pawning his Chevy and clawing back from $78,000 proves it. Team loyalty's priceless. Mitch & Co.'s unpaid grind turned the tide. Risks pay when you're smart. His Australian claims a bold bet still unfolding. Balance is tricky. Ashley's loss haunts him, but he's learning. And wealth's a tool. His millions fuel growth, not glitz. From a kid on a couch to a mogul with a $200 million dream, Parker Schnabel's tale is a wild, winding vein of hustle and heart. The mine's still open, and the next haul's anyone's guess. Stay tuned.